This is the wrap-up for the live market open for Tuesday, March 15th. We're seeing slightly worse market mood in markets. First of all, the Bank of Japan doesn't go dovish, not like the ECB. It doesn't lend a helping hand. The news we had this morning is that the Bank of Japan left policy unchanged. It's reluctant about negative rates. It wants to wait and see what the impact is. Okay. It has removed the text regarding another cut in the negative rates if needed. It exempted a specific type of money funds out of the negative rate, and it didn't change also the QE program. This is why we have a stronger yen this morning. No new dovishness from the Bank of Japan, even a slight hawkish decision. Okay, we'll show the chart soon. In addition, we had the RBA meeting minutes. Also, well, they lean to the dovish side, but they're a bit stale, so perhaps it has a small negative impact on the Australian dollar, but it's more the negative market mood. Another thing, well, market mood is hit by China considering the Tobin tax, and of course falling oil prices, something that began already yesterday. Okay, yeah, so let's look at charts. Euro dollar is sliding from the highs, finding support above the 110.70 level that we talked about many times. It's off the highs of 112.15 that it reached in the Draghi backfire event. Further lines to watch: 109.60, 108.20, resistance 112.15, 113.75. Pound dollar, as some people mentioned here, breakdown of the bearish flag. Another poll in the UK showing a small marginal but still a lead for the exit, for the Brexit campaign, for the leave the European Union campaign. Of the highs, also worse market mood. Further support 141.75 and 141.25, resistance at 142.80 and 143.60. Dollar yen, as aforementioned, the Bank of Japan did not introduce new stimulus. 113 is the current level. Support 112.80, 112.20, and the double bottom of 111. Resistance 114, 114.55, and 116. Dollar CAD. Here we can see the worst market mood. Falling oil prices 133.37 at the moment. Resistance 133.70, 134.60. Support 132.60, but more importantly 131.70. Australian dollar, we talked about justified strength in the Aussie, but markets are, Forex is never a one-way street. Currently 74.75, off the round 75 level. We already touched, got very close to 76. Anyway, support awaits at 74.40 and 73.75. And the Kiwi dollar awaiting the milk auction today, currently 66.50. Support 66.20 and 65.50. Resistance at 67. Okay, events coming up for today. Today we do have significant events. We have, well, Eurozone employment change at 10 GMT. It's a bit stale. The big event for today is US retail sales. Consumption is a huge part of the US economy. We have also, last time it was finally better than expected, and it marked sort of a turnaround in US stocks. It was finally some good news. That was for January. Now we have the figures for February. Expectations are relatively modest. Let's see how things evolve. At the same time, we have PPI, the producer price index, expecting an improvement there, especially with the core figures, which exclude oil. And we also have the US Empire State Manufacturing Index, which is a reflection of the manufacturing sector, needless to say, which is the poorer part, the weaker link of the US economy. And also we have New Zealand milk prices. Also, late at night, we have a round of US primaries, both in the Republican and Democratic parties. In the Republican Party, this could either, it's sort of a make or break moment for Donald Trump. This could have an impact on markets if Donald Trump wins. Both Ohio and Florida, it could be negative for markets. And if he loses them, Ohio to Kasich and Florida to Rubio, especially Ohio, there's a better chance of a good fight over there. Then perhaps it'll be a better market mood. So far, we didn't have an impact by US primaries on markets, but this second Super Tuesday could be more significant. Okay. More questions before we head off. Not true employment is weak in Australia. I didn't say it's weak. It looks. I said it's this week. Okay. Anyway, employment in Australia looks good, and we'll have it. We'll have, I think, the report on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, and the night between Wednesday and Thursday after the Fed decision tomorrow. Of course, lots of tension towards the Fed tomorrow. Still some 36 hours to go. And the last question here: how's the USD behave against the US? In rupee, I must say I don't follow the rupee that closely, so I don't know. For the US dollar in general, the retail sales report at 12:30 GMT, which is less than 4 hours from now, is the key event for the US dollar across the board today. Okay, so thank you very much, everybody, for coming. Thank you very much for all the great questions and the great information you also provided here. I'm very, very thankful. As always, feedback is welcome. The show is running already for some 6 months or so, and any feedback is welcome, and any changes in the time of the show, the format, the focus, whatever you wish. And so that's it, everybody. I hope you have a safe and successful trading day, and see you tomorrow. Thank you, and bye-bye.